This Helderfontein Estate house in Fourways is built in the atomic ranch style of post-World War II America, when steel, glass and timber were plentiful. Architect Derick Britz customized it to the Highveld.
Talk about a unique home. Wow.
It's beyond unique. I think it's probably the first of its type in South Africa.
Derick, how did you achieve this particular design?
Our analysis of the stand established that we had a beautiful green belt to the south, directly adjacent to the stand, with large, big rock boulders and indigenous veld grass and trees on the site. So the main design principle became to design a building, a house, that would leave as small as possible footprint to the site.
When we were interviewing different architects, he's the only one who came out on site, and I'm not kidding, for 2 to 3 hours walked the site and then came up with a drawing, and that drawing, the first drawing he gave us, that was it.
Brad Pitt has a Malibu pad in this style. What he doesn't have is the Highveld ecosystem of the Yixkay River, which Neil Puntis has used to great effect.
This landscaping is really amazing, and you didn't actually remove anything from the site. The house was built around it.
That's right, Benang. The architect and the owner were very clever in keeping the natural assets of the property, large granite boulders and the wild olive trees, and then also the boulders that were left over from the building process were used to create a dominant contour, which then gave us levels of recreational space.
My favorite part is how you integrated the green belt with the rest of the home.
That's right, yes. We brought in the veld grasses from the green belt into the landscape, where they mix with the colour perennials and ground covers, but still creating habitat for the wild creatures which can move into the garden.
So that's how you keep the pops of colour during winter.
Yes, and another way of bringing life to a garden in winter is to bring in a water feature, like we did at the front door, where water flows down the granite boulder into a pond where you've got water life and water plants.
Dan customized his own motorcycle, and he and Melissa were just as hands-on building their home.
Oh, wow. Dan, I love that the wood feature continues on into the house.
This is Helderfontein, so it's a century estate. It's about going green. Green isn't just how do you heat your water or conserve energy, it's about resources. This is a piece of reclaimed oak barrel. And if you laid this on the floor, you can see this isn't ever going to lay flat.
Oh, never.
So to use this for flooring, what the company did is they cut sections out, and that became the stairwell.
And you can even see the texture on the floor. It's uneven, but still very, very pretty.
So we didn't have to chop down trees for that. We actually got reclaimed oak wine barrel. And now you're not having to get something new, you're actually using something that's already there, and you'll see that theme throughout the house.
Yeah, I love that. Eco-friendly all the way.
That's right.
A hallmark of the atomic ranch style is that the building's structure is purposefully exposed. The second level opens up to a pajama lounge with a his and hers study on the one side and 4-year-old Boston's room on the other. Wherever possible, the wood is recycled, and Dan is very proud of it.
What we did from a kind of a feel throughout the house is you'll see this repeating theme of wood, steel, glass. On the bridge, as an example, it's pine slats put on edge and laminated together.
Wow.
The idea with that is it's strong, it's inexpensive, and it's green.
Practical, resourceful, and eco-friendly.
That's it.
Winning combination.
The bridge is child-friendly for young Boston and leads on to Mom and Dad's little piece of heaven.
Wow.
Yeah, so main bedroom.
Yeah.
Faces south. We take advantage of the green belt, south green belt. And we have this clear story up here that lets the light and the warmth in, yet we look out and the next house is 200 meters away.
It must feel like you're constantly on holiday, like on a private game farm, yeah?
Yes. You know, with this estate, you know, you've got these trees and you feel that you're sitting, you know, suspended up in a treehouse. One thing that was kind of fun is our cars that we drive are crated over in this country. And this is actually the wood that those crates are made up of. And we brought this in, and you can pick it up. It's literally sitting there for the taking. It's free. We got it, put some drywall around it. That's our wall. It's another way of, you know, how we go green. See this down here? It's a vent. Put your hand down here and feel that.
That's hot air.
It's hot air.
Yeah.
It's not coming from some big electric motor. Let me show you.
Wow.
Dan was headhunted by a South African property development company, and it isn't hard to see why.
I was expecting to see a gigantic machine.
Well, it's amazing this. It's like a wood-burning stove, typical wood-burning stove, but absolutely different. Remote control, turn it on, turn it off, does that automatically, actually. And then inside, you don't cut down trees, you take pellets that are made from sawdust and off-cut woods.
So this is what burns to produce the heat?
That's right.
Wow.
And you just fill it once a day, but then down below, it has pipes that go to 3 other rooms. And so this is the central heating unit for the entire house.
As for the decor, they used mid-20th century furniture to complement the design. Buying second-hand means reusing, thereby limiting the demand for environmental resources. Balancing this is state-of-the-art technology with their AudioSync system.
Right there, I can adjust these lights, turn all the lights on or off.
Wow.
I can go into the cameras, check out the cameras. So if I'm in LA, I can check in and see what's happening in and around the house.
That is cool.
Then the best of all, when it comes time to have a little bit of fun.
I mean, hello. But you know what would really impress me, Dan, is if you said you could do this on your cell phone.
Well, it's funny you say that, because the same thing is on an application in my phone.
Never.
You know, because you always have your phone with you.
Yeah.
So you're sitting on the couch, you can change the station on the TV, you can check in and see what the kid's watching.
Wow.
You know?
So it must be really weird for, if you had neighbors, for them to see the lights go on and off and music going on and off with nobody in the house.
You know, it's kind of fun. We like that kind of stuff.
High five. This is the best part of the house. Well done.
I agree.
As much of a triumph is that their atomic ranch is so stylized, yet they've done it with minimal impact on the environment. May we see many such houses in the very near future.